Hi, everybody. Paul Takak here. I'm a candidate for the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, and I wanted to welcome you to the first in what I really hope is a series of conversations, highlighting folks in our area who are making a difference in our local communities across Pennsylvania and really across the country and around the world. Basically, folks who are making our world a better place. And I can honestly think of no better place to start, especially on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day we set aside to honor and support those who, like Dr. King, are committed to human dignity and justice and freedom. Then my very good friend, Pamela Robb, who was recently elected to the Patton Township Board of re-elected to the Patton Township Board of Supervisors. Welcome, Pam. Thanks for making time in your day to chat a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I understand you've already had a pretty busy morning.
Yes, I have.
That's
You
not
know,
unusual.
yes, Martin Luther King Day is not just a celebration for on one day, but for services every day. And we start by giving back, and
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Well, that may be one of the best summations of the impression that you give to everyone in your realm. So, I just wanted to let folks who may be watching, one of the challenges of doing justice to any introduction of you, Pam, is where do you start and how much time do you have? I wondered if you wouldn't mind, could you maybe share a little bit of your background and what brought you here?
Sure. I'm a veteran. I'm also a true activist, not only the politician, but the activist. Giving back to the community is my lifelong service. Being a part of the Red Cross
Mm.
for 22 years. It's like what you do in giving back. I'm a true believer in following Dr. Martin Luther King's motto of giving back to others. And Red Cross is a stepping stone because it shows you in a disaster,
Mm.
people don't see color, gender,
Mhm.
um, your sexual preference. They see someone that's willing to help you, and that's what it's all about,
Yeah.
humanity. And that's my life.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say that's when humanity is really revealed, and a lot of these other things that sort of can keep us apart or separate us or sort of um, we emphasize to our detriment. We are in this together, and I think you're right. That's one of those things that can bring us together. Sadly, is disasters, and we need to try and cultivate that more. So thank you for all of that work. I mean, are there other organizations you support? I mean, some
Oh
other
yeah,
things that you're.
I'm
I
I'm
knew
a
there were a
part.
lot. So
Yes, I'm a part of the community diversity group, Habitat for Humanities. It's no stopping of giving back when you volunteer. Um, Giving back to your community, the simplest thing of your time, your effort, a smile, a kind word goes a long way. And especially since we're in a pandemic of COVID, um, it's kind of brought us to a standstill. And some of us have forgotten what it's like,
mhm.
what COVID has taken from us as a community and as a nation and as internationally.
Sure.
We are about to go into a special meeting in wearing masks ordinance in Patton Township. We are reviewing all of our emails and texts, and we want everyone to understand the reasoning why we want to reinstate wearing the face mask. It you may not be affected, but you may be affecting others.
Mm.
And the bottom line is it's affecting us not only on a daily basis, but I just found out that it's affecting our postal service.
Mm.
A lot of our areas have not received mail in since last week, and it's due to the carriers that we rely on now have COVID.
Right.
We don't think about that. The caretakers, the fast food restaurant workers, the um, our retail workers. We fail to realize how this is affecting us.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I work with schools and educators across the Commonwealth, and COVID has been one of the greatest stress testers in the history of our country and our world. I mean, it's put everything under pressure, and as you say, it's not only education; it ripples through everything, healthcare system, obviously, and the world of work and our family lives and our friendships and
Yeah.
everything has changed so dramatically. But and it can also be frustrating because back to your mask ordinance, the kind of culture that we're in at the moment where there's this polarization, it's can be frustrating because you're trying to do the right thing, but not everybody assumes that you're trying to do the right thing, and that can be frustrating. And that's one of the things that uh, for me would almost seem to be a challenge to moving forward. How do you deal with that?
And it's funny we talk about this, and for one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s quotes, he states, "The time is always right to do what's right,"
Mhm.
and you have to take that to heart.
Sure.
We must do what is right.
Yeah.
You
And that's
know,
not an external motivation, that's an internal motivation, right? That's
yes,
that's what you're getting at. And that's what makes you said something else too that really struck me. You said um volunteering and giving back is simple, but I would say it may be simple, but it's not easy. And one of the things that always impresses me when I talk is with you is just how busy you are and how we have to find time for it, because you have so much energy and passion for what it is you do. Pam, I consider it your superpower. Um, what is the source of that? I mean, how do you sustain that energy?
I sustain it in believing on the shoulders I stood on, that I'm standing on, that got me to this point. Moving here to State College and hearing about the pioneers, honorary, legendary Thelma Price, known as Mama Price, what she gave back without a blink of an eye to those students that didn't have money, didn't have food, couldn't get home. Her story is legendary of getting back. Um, the elder farmers, Dr. Farmer, Barbara Farmer, Dr. I'm Grace
Mm,
Hampton,
Hampton, yeah.
giving back. And our friend, who is a mentor, teacher, wise actor, activist.
Mm.
Um,
Oh,
I'm saying the legendary Charles Dumas and his extraordinary wife,
mm,
who is hardworking, activist, professor, the same kind of stamina that teaches me. I'm standing on their shoulders,
yeah.
and it's remarkable how those of us that get the label of a pioneer, and we are not. We're standing on these individual shoulders who have paved the way for us,
Mm.
and
You
I'm just fortunate, very fortunate.
We all are. We all are, to have folks like them, and to be honest, folks like you, Pam. I mean, you may disavow being a pioneer, but you truly are. And I think it's about leaving that personal legacy, isn't it? And we can all do that in our own way. It's not about a comparison, but we all bring to our community, and you are certainly uh right up there with all those folks. By the way, my kids, when they went to elementary school, had the good fortune to have Dr. Farmer as
Mhm.
a principal. So I always remember that. It was wonderful. So anyway, I want to be very respectful of your time. It's been so great to chat as always. But in closing, do you have any sort of final thoughts or things you'd like to leave behind, particularly
Mhm.
today?
Yeah, what I would like to leave today, and not forget those that we have lost, like Mr. Thomas Paine, who again is another mentor for me. What he gave back, and it was like Hidden Figures, that you learned that he worked at NASA. You know, things that we don't know about our history, our ancestors. It just it's moving us forward to open up doors and to acknowledge those who have gone before us. You know, um, I think my biggest what I'm saying, Dr. King said, life is more persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I hope my legacy is that you remember me as giving back. You know, whenever you needed a helping hand, I was there. And I hope in return, you spread that word and you do that. It's not just words, but action.
Yeah. That is something that we all can aspire to. And I think one of the things you said too is, talk to folks, right? Open the
Mhm.
conversation, find out about them and about what they are passionate about, what they want to bring to our world, and we can find that common ground and work together. I think today that's a really resonant message. So
And you never know what somebody needs. Dr. King was a person of giving back to those that didn't have. I originally was born in Brooklyn, moved to Camden, New Jersey. Camden at one point was the most dangerous city in the country, but that's what they portrayed. There were still individuals and time frames in which great individuals came out of Camden. You know, great things are in Camden. Right now, their development in the 76ers headquarters now in Camden. Campbell Soup is in Camden, you
beautiful
know,
aquarium, by the way.
aquarium, you
Yeah.
know, Subaru headquarters is in Camden now. So you never judge a book by its cover
Yeah.
is another mantra that I really hope that people believe in.
Yeah.
You know, to never judge a book by its cover because you never know.
Yeah.
And you never know who you are in the presence of, you
Right. Yeah.
know.
It gets in the way of relationships, right?
Yeah, it
That's
does.
it.
So
And it's all about relationship.
I'm leaving my most accomplishments right now that I received was the Quilt of Valor, and thank you for coming and making my day. But the medals that we received in the military are good, but my most important one is the Dr. Martin Luther King Freedom Medal and what it stands for. So as we move and celebrate his day, let us say that it's not just one day, but every day of service.
The perfect coda to our conversation, Pam. Thank you so much. Thanks
you.
for joining us today. And thank you for your friendship and for your support. It means the world to me every day.
Same here. Same here.
All right.
Take
Take
care.
care. Talk soon. Bye-bye.